So this is my OneWheel. Had it for about a month and it's awesome. A little over 200 miles, and I ride it to work almost every day. It's about a mile and a half one way. But I've only fallen twice, and it's been at low speed. But something that I don't really have a good feel on is how much margin I have before the front end will stick and dig in. And it's kind of hard to tell. So you're cruising along, and you lean forward, and to get some acceleration going, and then it kind of pushes you back so you go level. And at high speed, it does a good job keeping the nose back so that you don't stick it down unless you're pushing too aggressively. But where it kind of becomes a problem is if you're going uphill, up an incline, and you're trying to accelerate, but it's hard to tell how much room you have when you're looking down on the board towards the ground. Like how much room do I have before it's going to stick, and then I'm going to fall off and throw me off of it. So to try to resolve this issue, I made this little tilt alarm guy, and so it uses a little IR rangefinder connected to an Arduino Nano. So the little guy clips on to here. I flip it on. There's a little beep test here, and then what it will do is alarm me as I get to that point, that point of no return, whenever the nose is about to stick. So the thought is, it's off whenever the range is short, so then it's not buzzing when it's just sitting on the ground. Then you fire it up, hop up, boop, and then whenever you start initially taking off, this is whenever you can kind of notice it. You might aggressively lean the nose in hard, and those are the couple times that I usually stick it. But I'm at low speed, so I can just walk right off of it. So that's kind of gives me a real quick alarm that, oh, I'm almost there. Oh, I better stop. Same thing with going up an incline. Whenever you start going up an incline, you really just want to race up the incline. But if you push too hard, it'll stick the nose in. So I've been trying to adjust just the right amount of height that gives me some room that I can basically say, okay, back off. So that's what I've kind of been working on. Yeah, so it seems to work out pretty decently. I could see that OneWheel future motion in the future maybe will give some sort of detection of the ground, sort of like a backup sensor on a car. Eventually maybe they'll get into doing that type of thing. The bummer parts is you have to like clean the sensor and deal with the weatherizing it and that sort of thing. But they do it on cars. So anyways, I'll show you some video of it doing its thing, so you can see how closely it helps out. So here's a close-up of the little tilt alarm. So I 3D printed a little enclosure for it. You see the little nubs right there. Those align with these little screw mounts here. So the plastic just kind of snaps in place. So a little switch on top. 9-volt battery, Arduino Nano, buzzer, and then a little IR sensor right there. So we'll just snap that guy on. There we go. There you have it. So the last thing I wanted to say was that this tilt alarm is pretty good, but I'd have to say that it's just given me more confidence on the OneWheel, because it does like a really good job of keeping you stabilized. So if anything, it's just boosted my confidence with the machine, because it seems to keep you from falling. So the beeping is a little bit annoying, but after you do it for a little bit, you kind of trust that it really knows what it's doing.